So I thought it might be nice to just have a conclusion of the 3 days that Nikki has put together here. She did such a wonderful job, and unfortunately she can't be here right now because she's taking her daughter back to university after a weekend at home. So it's, I hope, well, she'll be watching it on record. So I want a big acknowledgement to Nikki, who has been organising and running this conference actually for about 5 years. I should know exactly, but she's been doing it every single year for 5 years, and this is her final year. So a big, big, big thank you to her for all the time it takes and all the effort it takes to be that organised. It's a skill that I sadly lack, and she has buckets of it. And also to Ali, who's been supporting her through this year's, in the hope that she might start running it next year. And I think it would be very useful for us to maybe have a poll at some point. Ruby, you can try and do a poll. And you've never done that before. There's a poll thing. Do a poll, see if people would prefer online or in person next year, whether you'd like in person in London or whether you like the online aspect, because I know both Anna and Magali, are in Brussels. So obviously for them, it's lovely that it's online. And obviously for Christine Tolini in the States, obviously that it's great. But I'm wondering whether some people might be preferring face-to-face now that we can after such a period of Zooming. So that would be a really interesting question to ask everybody. And I also obviously always, yes, Angela, speak.
You can do a dual event.
I could. Absolutely. Yeah. We could do that. We could have a hybrid event, I think they call them, where we do both. And then also big thank you to Ruby, who quite frankly is my brain and has supported me and the whole foundation for a full year. She started on the 1st of January this year, and is the kind of the person that everybody emails but everybody sees. So there you see her today. That's Ruby, and she pulls it all together and remembers all the bits that can so easily be forgotten. So thank you to her. And of course, a huge thank you to all the graduates who have ever graduated with us out there and who are watching this on record and who've come to all the sessions and been inspiring by your presence. The very fact that you're here indicates to us that you're interested and motivated and inspired to do this work. And that's what we're responding to. If there wasn't any interest, we wouldn't do this. So a big thank you to all of you. And not only that, but also for the support that you're giving the foundation, through buying tickets and so on. So that's all that money goes towards us carrying on our work with Parliament, but also with research. So Nick is particularly involved in researching the impact of yoga for young people. And that's a very important part of what we do. So that we can feel that we have something substantial to offer the MPs. I was showing in my earlier presentation today the paper that we presented at Parliament in October, and it's this paper, Rationale for Yoga in Schools, the Cost, Benefit and Policy Recommendations. And this is going to be sent to all the MPs that showed an interest, which was about 25 MPs, which is quite good, and about 10 MPs came to the meeting. And so we're going to be sending that with a little video of the talks that happened at that meeting. And I just wanted to kind of summarize for those of you who didn't come to the earlier talk on this, what's happening with that. So just very, very briefly, Sir Anthony Seldon, who is he is a biographer for members of Parliament and prime ministers. He was there and he was our main speaker. And I'm sure you'll understand me when I say that the Houses of Parliament is a very male environment. And when men in suits speak to men in suits, they listen. When women speak to men in suits, they sympathise. So I think having Anthony there was a real boon. And I said this to him afterwards, he really came out of the closet, because they've all known him for 30 years. He's been around for 30 years writing books and articles in the Sunday Times about what goes on in Parliament. But he's never explicitly talked about yoga. But he stood up in a very short and very pithy speech, about 5 minutes, and said, this nation would be in a very different place today if our leaders practiced yoga and meditation. And he said it with such clarity and such a straight face that you could see in the faces of the MPs present that they kind of got that he had a point. And I felt very grateful for him to do that, because I feel that for many men in his position, it's almost like he's jeopardizing slightly his position by opening up about what supports him. But it was a very important moment for me, and it was a very important moment for the MPs, and I felt that there was a slight shift in their attitude towards what we do. So we're going to follow up with that, hopefully with another meeting next year, and we'll keep you posted about that. And the other thing that I've mentioned several times before, but I'll just mention it yet again, actually I haven't mentioned this, is that Angela, who's just did our wonderful talk on Ayurveda, will be offering us a short course next year on Ayurveda for young people. And I'm hoping very much that you'll come to that, because as you could sense from her short talk this afternoon, she has a wealth of experience, which I'm sure will never be fully divulged in any course that she could ever give, because it really is a lifetime of study, and not only of books and of Indian doctors, but of people. And it's the study of people that makes her so special. I remember the first time I ever heard her speak. I don't know if you remember this, Angela. It was probably about 25 years ago, 30 years ago. And she said, the first level of diagnosis is the voice. And I can hear where or if someone's broken in their voice. And that to me has been such a helpful learning point, not only just for myself to listen to myself, but also obviously for my young people to listen to their voices, the timbre of their voices, the depth and richness of their voice or lack of. It gives me all the information I need about where they're at and what they might need in a yoga class. So yes, lots of wisdom there. Angela's not the only one. Lisa, who did the course before her, she'll be doing a course on neurodivergency and SEN teenagers. And then we have several other courses. So we'll be letting you know about that during the newsletters. I think the highlight of this, I mean, it's hard to pinpoint the highlights, isn't it? But getting Swamini Brahma Prajnananda from India to speak about the importance of Dharma for us and for young people felt very meaningful, and something which is not easily picked up in Western culture. And it felt like a very important part of the puzzle. And Catherine Cook-Catone's professorial kind of insights into trauma and yoga felt hugely academically important as well. So having two international speakers from America and India felt super important for us this year. And I'm hoping that we can continue to inspire you through these kind of talks throughout the year, but also in next year's summit. So if you guys have any interest, any particular interest, any ideas that you'd like to learn more about, do let us know, because we're very open, to finding and sourcing new speakers. So if you have a particular topic that you'd like to learn about, we can source a speaker on that topic for next year. Yeah. Anybody would like to give some final reflections on your experience of the last 3 days? Anna, let's start with you. It was so nice that you could come from Brussels and take some time out. I know Friday was difficult for you.
Yeah, I have to say, I still have to watch very many sessions. I was only able to participate at the yoga this morning and now, and in between I had plenty of other things, and yesterday a bit the same, so I don't have that valuable contributions, but I really loved that there was a class given by teenagers this morning by Shivani, and it was a really, really great class. I was impressed, and I learned a lot myself.
That's nice. Yeah,
I'm very grateful for having this opportunity, and I'm looking forward to listening to the talks that I missed.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to do that, isn't it? We not often get to do that in a we don't get to do that in a live setting. And Megan, what was the reason for you coming along? What did you get from it, or what did you hope to get from it?
Hi, so I'm a clinical psychologist working in CAMS, and I'm also a yoga teacher, but I've not done teen or child training yet.
Yeah. Very welcome if you want to.
Yeah, well, it's definitely inspired me. It absolutely has. And hearing from everyone else, I've not managed to make it to every talk, but I think, yeah, it's just been really useful as like a kind of a landscape to understand where yoga is in relation to young people's mental health, really. Particularly enjoyed the talk yesterday by Catherine. That just felt very connected to my work.
Yeah.
So I'm, yeah.
I can imagine that must have been just the perfect fit for you, actually. That was perfect fit. Yeah. And to see that scientific perspective.
Absolutely. So yeah, I've just come away feeling really inspired. I've got loads of kind of things going on in my mind, but yeah, I hope to do the teen training and then
great. Well, any questions at all, feel free to just email us, or is the best way. Yeah,
thank you. Yeah,
you. And Magali, also from Brussels, lovely to see you. What were you hoping to get out of the sessions and conference, Magali?
Like usual, a huge diversity of subjects and matters addressed, and a wealth of knowledge. I particularly enjoyed today the teen panel, which I'd missed. So I've watched the recordings, and that's very, very nice to be able to go back when you're not able to do the full 3 days on live. But and the Dharma talk was really nice on the foundations of yoga.
Yeah,
I mean, many things. And Lisa's contribution today was also very, very interesting with neurodivergent children and struggling with and everything. So no, thank you again.
Oh, my pleasure.
I'm very happy to do that every year, and I'll keep on doing so.
Good. Please do keep on coming, Magali. Very nice. Very nice. It's worth it just to have people's, feeling that way. It's really lovely. Sophie, did you want to say anything?
Yeah, it was amazing. Again, it's my third consecutive year at this meeting, and it's always a treat. You always find inspiring speakers, and so often this session you wouldn't have thought about going, but because they're there and you learn things. And I agree that the team panels were really powerful. It's like an insight, and when I'm speaking to my children now about what I learned, when I say that it comes from teen, they listen more.
Of course, yeah.
Books.
Yeah.
And I think this ambassador project is amazing. So yeah, I'm going to try to help with primary school and secondary school. And thank you for creating this amazing community.
Oh, wonderful, Sophie. Well, it nourishes me as well. Diane, did you want to say anything? No pressure. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm conscious that I'm always blabbing away, but
no,
I got what I needed, definitely. And I just did the sessions I was really drawn to because I had quite a lot going on at home, but I got what I needed. And it's as you know, I'm new to this material and to this community, and I really, really appreciate the community and the support. Yeah, so
that's the idea. So that's wonderful. We fulfilled our mission there then. Good, Diane. And Lucy, finally, did you want to say anything?
Just reflecting again just how inspiring all the talks were. I really enjoyed Angela's talk today. Thank you so much. I just feel like there's a whole wealth of information, and I found in my cupboard that I have got your book.
Wonderful.
A friend gave it to me for Christmas, so yes, last year, and I remember reading it earlier in the year, but so I'm going to get back out again. But thank you. For me, it was reconnecting as well, because I did the course in 2020, and I was teaching a teenage group, which actually stopped in the summer. So and I'm just sort of certainly from January going to start another teenage class again, and just how important it is to do for our work as yoga teachers, and it's just inspired me, re-energized me. So thank you. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful, Lucy. Thank you. I don't know if Ruby, you want to say anything? Are you inclined? She's like,
well, I've sort of dipped in and out a bit and paid attention and not paid attention. Maybe I've got too much Vata in my head at the moment.
Yeah.
But yes, Swamiji, definitely that's been a particular standout one, full of content.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I think I agree with you. There's lots of wisdom. Okay, well, let's finish with a lovely chant. I'm actually going to choose a very similar chant to the one Angela did. So we'll just close our eyes briefly. And notice our breath, notice our shoulders, jaw. Take a moment to feel into the Muladhara chakra, particularly the lowered limbs, the feet, sit bones, the lower digestion. Om Asato Ma Satgamaya Tammaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti. 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 Bolo Satguru Shivananda Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai to all our teachers, past and present. Have a wonderful evening and a wonderful Christmas, and I look forward to connecting with you through the year and having us all inspire each other, continuing to inspire each other. Thank you very much.
Maybe